If you are in a committed relationship and your partner has a close friend of the opposite sex, it is not wrong to feel jealous or insecure. If you have a close friend of the opposite sex while in a committed relationship, it is important for you to address the concerns of your partner about that friend. It is not wrong to feel jealous/insecure, although how you act on these feelings might be. Dismissing such concerns by saying that your partner is insecure/jealous is disregarding their feelings and just going to put a dent in the relationship. Rather, it is important to discuss it with your partner and come to an agreeable compromise. This is inspired from reading a lot of YTA responses of one of the hot posts of r/AITA, something about having a best woman instead of a best man. Edit: since this post has gained traction, I would like to clarify that I am not suggesting you cannot have friends of the opposite sex, rather to discuss the boundaries of the friendship with your partner. The thing that bugs me is all the comments about trust, as though it is some absolute, binary thing. Trust is both relative and subjective. For example, I trust my dog to sleep in my son's bed, but I wouldn't trust her alone in the kitchen with a roast chicken. Hypothetically, I trust myself not to cheat, and have never done so, but if I were drunk, had been fighting with my wife, and was alone with somebody very attractive and willing, I'd rather not get into that position in the first place, best to nope out of there before it goes that far. I often see people write that getting more info and snooping when they get warning signs is unacceptable, because it means there is no trust. I totally disagree with this, though I have never felt the need to snoop nor have I been snooped on a fake. Snooping is just a way of getting more info. If it turns out the snooper's suspicions were unfounded, they need to take it as a sign to work on their paranoia, and perhaps take a look at what is hurting their mental health. If they find out their concerns are justified, well, at least they know where to go from there. Confronting the other person without evidence would probably have just resulted in more lies anyway. Confronting the other person when they are innocent is just going to damage the relationship. My point is, trust is on a scale rather than being absolute, and we can all do things every day that make those around us trust us more and trust us less. A short-term dip in trust may be completely innocent, and may not be a sign that a relationship is doomed. In short, trust but verify. I agree. While it's important to trust your partner, it's only natural when they are treating said friend similarly that you'll feel insecure, or jealous. It's human nature. Feelings are something you can't control. It just happens. People see they're so with the opposite sex and that spark of jealousy just bursts inside them, especially if they are a close friend. But what they can control are their actions and how they deal with those emotions. Also, one can work on themselves to minimize those feelings and have them less by actually trusting their partner, if the trust is deserved. Sadly, I have seen more cases of people flipping on their partner for having a close friend of opposite sex rather than discussing it or just accepting it cause they trust their partner. I think this is why more people shame on those feelings, because they relate them to such bad situations and mostly broken relationships. Also, if someone has a close friend of the opposite sex for many years, I don't understand how can someone in a relationship with that person get angry about it. Like, if they wanted to be with them, they would have already. Why would they get in a relationship first and then and be with their friend? It is a different situation when the friendship is fresh, and as I already said, having feelings of jealousy is normal as you can't really control it. But do think about the actions you want to do while under such emotions. Just be grown up and talk with your partner. Conversation is key to any relationship about any problem or situation. While on the topic, my boyfriend has a best friend that's a girl, and I don't feel comfortable hanging out with them when she's in town. Am I a bad person to keep declining the invitation? I'd rather just stay away from the whole thing to keep my jealousy at bay. Cause I trust him, I just don't wanna be a part of it, lol. I agree feelings aren't wrong, but as a bisexual life is fucking tricky. I had a feeling this was about that post. I thought it was weird that everyone was agreeing that this person was the a-hole, because in what world does everyone agree on anything? I got downvoted a lot for making what I thought was a fairly neutral comment, just saying that compromise is part of marriage and that this is just one of many compromises they will have to make. I think there were some overly zealous YTAERs that were downvoting anything that wasn't a YTA. Someone even commented on my comment saying that the way the girl was feeling is wrong. That made me want to launch into a philosophical debate about the concept of right and wrong, but I had to resist the urge to go down that rabbit hole. Cheating is by definition a break of trust. So I don't know what's the point in blind trusting someone. Moreover, whenever a partner acted suspicious about me, I never felt offended or mad, so I suppose whoever rejected trust proof blaming insecurity or whatever is very likely hiding something. You have feelings involved in a relationship and it's very okay to check that everything is going right. If a girl or guy is close friends with an ex, even if they haven't been intimate in years, I wouldn't touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. It's not an insecurity thing, it's playing the odds. However small the chance of something happening between them is not worth the risk to me. The fact that it exists and that person actively engages in that relationship simply isn't worth it. Especially in today's state of marriage when divorces/separations are almost as common as getting married. Why would I want to risk my financial situation, mental state, emotional state? Last time I felt insecure about my girlfriend's guy friend, I got cheated on. My ex did a lot of shady shit and he made a lot of empty promises. Towards the end of our relationship, I had horrible trust issues, one of them being not being able to trust the friendships he made because of his past. I knew it was time to let go when he blamed me for the reason he couldn't have friends that were girls. It still blows my mind how he cared more for having girlfriends than building trust with me again as much as he claimed he loved me. All I wanted was a partner that I could trust and I was the one left looking crazy. I'm just happy I'm no longer in that relationship. Reminds me of that college video where the dude asks men and women the same question and all the dudes said they would fuck their female friend LOL.